Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Plickers in your classroom. Keep in mind that we don't have actual students here showing their cards, but I'm going to walk you through how you could set this up in your classroom and some ways that I've used it. So I'm going to start by, if you go to the help, when you log in, you can make an account for free, and then obviously you can upgrade to Pro, which I have not done. You can use your phone. You'll need to do that to scan the students' cards when you're in the classroom with them. You can do it whether you have an iPhone or you have an Android. So getting the Plickers cards. Currently, I've just used the free version where I have printed them. Okay, and they always will offer that free printed version 1 through 40. Again, most people don't have a classroom with more than 40 students in it, so that kind of works out for you. You can get plastic ones on Amazon, and they also have now come out with these stickers. But what I've done is just printed the free version, and then I got them laminated. And you can do it on cardstock if you want to make them look a little different. So my internet's a little slow, so thanks for bearing with me. So each student will have a card, and you'll see that the card has a number on it, really small. And so what I typically do is I number my students. Like if I have 30 students in my class, I just put them in alphabetical order. First student's number 1, last student's number 30, and they have that number for the rest of the year. And since we're in a math classroom, they already are assigned a calculator, so typically their calculator number is the same as their Plickers card number. You can keep them somewhere where they can access them. You can keep them on the back of their desk. However you want to do that is fine. So once there's a slight amount of setup involved, but once you set it up, you're good for the rest of the time. So I'll show you how you can walk through that and how I've used it in the past. And again, I apologize for my internet. We'll come back and check on that in a second. But this is basically what the cards look like. So this is card 1 and this is card 2. It has this graphic on it so that if see if this will, when it does load, I'll show you. It's got, you can see it a little bit right here. It's got A, B, C, and D. So the student, when they decide which answer choice they want, like if this student would be showing, these cards would be cut in half. This student would be showing us C as their answer choice, and this student will be showing us A. And this is where it's numbered. But when students are at their desk, they're not going to be able to see these little sides from each other. So when they turn their card, they're not going to know, well, did Billy put up C? Should I put up C? They're not going to be able to see what that is. And so that's a feature I really, really like about it. So again, you can order them off that if you'd like. So we'll wait for that to load. So the first time I did this with my students, I was kind of wanted to just make it real kind of fun and just see how it worked because I'd never used it before, but I'd heard a lot about it. So I just made one about Ms. Daniels trivia. And I did this when we were about halfway through the year, so my students had kind of gotten to know me a little bit. And then I did it. You can see over here my reports with my classroom. So I was, how old is Ms. Daniels? This was obviously made a while ago. Where did she go to college? Questions like that. What does Ms. Daniels always bring to work? Which basically all of those were true, but I was interested, what month is her birthday? Does she have any children? You know, something very quick and easy that they could practice and put their answers up. That wasn't any pressure, so we could just learn how to use the tool. And then you can click and see how my students did. So I had already made my classes, which I can show you how to do that. This was Accelerated Math 7, my third core, and these are their students' first names and how accurate they did. So clearly Berkeley knew me really well. You can also hit high to low, and Audrey was absent that day. You can go see for each question how they did. So they did the best on where I went to college, and they did the worst on what does Ms. Daniels always bring with her. And you can see that majority of them said a messy hair bun, which is very accurate, but I wanted them to say McDonald's. So again, there were no real right answers. I mean, I said selected right answers, but you could see that they were kind of let you go see that. So you can go to your set detail. Again, it just lets you flip back and forth to that. You can see how a different class did. So my first period knew me really well, it looks like, but maybe they only got to answer one question because we were just checking stuff out. So you can also make kind of like a demo class. If you want to add a new class, you enter the class, you can import it from Google. So I might say Dr. Journell class, create a class. And then I'm going to start adding my students and kind of go through them. So Sadie Daniels, Alex Smith, Jack Johnson, etc. Okay. And then these are their assigned number. Okay, so Sadie Daniels is always going to be number 1. Alex is always going to be card number 2. You can sort by first name, sort by last name, however you decide as entered. Done. Okay, and now I've got Dr. Journell's class. And when I go to that, I did not use it for remote learning, but I'm sure you can do that. I can add them, add items for his class to take. So let's say I want them to take the trivia. I can then add that to my queue, and then I can say, play it now. When I do that, the students would now have their cards, and I would say, okay, go ahead and show them. I would walk around the classroom with my cell phone or my whatever device you're going to use to scan the cards, and I can't demonstrate this through this video, but as you walk around the room, it will display. I can't, again, it's hard to show you without the kids in the room, but it will show you how many you've scanned and who you're missing, and so it actually goes pretty quick, especially once you've practiced it like I did with the trivia game, kind of something easy so the kids knew how to hold their card and I knew how to scan it. It's really quick, and it will show you who has answered, who hasn't answered, and again, but that's really difficult for me to show you with this in a video. So, and then we can keep going. So I can reveal my answer, different ways you can display it, incorrect, show choice, show response. You can go kind of switch to different questions. See who, there's number student cards, just kind of a reminder. And again, it's hard to show you the live version without any actual students. But it is really cool feature. And it didn't take time, it did not take me a long time to learn it. I did it on my own, so I was just kind of playing around with it while I was with the students and was like, oh, I wonder if we can click what happens if we click this. And it was pretty easy. So again, my suggestion would be to do it with something fun. It's kind of just like a learning for them of how to use it and for you to how to use it, and then it can go. You can do lots of different score sheets and kind of see that kind of stuff. This is what the cards look like close up now that that's loaded. So again, this is one card. It's got this is telling me this is for student number 1. They can rotate the card, and the cards all look really different. So you can see as I'm scanning through here that these all look different. They're not going to be able to see it from person to person. So that's pretty helpful. I really enjoy using this as like a warm-up tool. You can see I've got another class, and the list is here. And again, for this week, there isn't anything because we didn't do anything this week. But you can do student reports. Again, I just haven't, because of COVID, I haven't been able to use it since before then. So that's that. You can go back to your home. You can filter it. You can actually put these into a pack. You can make a new question. You can make a new set. The free version only lets you do 5 questions. So like when I had a take-home quiz, I had to kind of pick which ones I wanted and answer the questions that way. So if you do something more mathematical, this lets me see from high to low that these students really have a good idea about these questions, and that these students over here really struggled with these questions. I can look and say, okay, they understand how to do this. We definitely need to review these types of problems. Okay, so lots of different options that you can do there. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you'll use it in your classroom.